economically, and what the people are going through and why they need our help the way they do. So he has, his experience, his bio data just supersedes my entire resume, because he's an expert and he has so much knowledge, and I think we're really fortunate to have him here. So I'm just going to read it because I don't think I would ever be able to memorize all the accomplishments that he's done. Dr. Mohammed Khalid Ajaz holds a master's degree in international public policy from School of Advanced International Studies, Johns Hopkins University, Washington, D.C. He is a lecturer and a demonstrator at Nishtar Medical College, Multan, and before joining the Foreign Service of Pakistan in 1998, he has served in various divisions of ministry, including Afghanistan, South Asia, and personnel. I don't know what that means, but he remained posed as Second Secretary of the Embassy of Pakistan, Kuwait, from August 2002 to December 2005. He received his Civil Service Academy training in Lahore, Foreign Service Academy in Islamabad, Japanese Language Training Institute in Kansai, Japan, Human Soft Kuwait Center for European Studies, Strasbourg, France, Singapore, Mediation Center, Singapore, the National Institute of Management, School of Public Policy for Pakistan. He has also been a visiting faculty member of Faculty of the Contemporary Studies, National Defense University, Islamabad, and Peria University, Islamabad. He joined Council General of Pakistan, Los Angeles in 2009. He's married with 3 beautiful children. I think a couple of them are here with him today. So yeah, like I said, that's probably my whole resume, and that's just his experience. So please help me to give a warm welcome to Honorable Consulate Health of Chancery, Consulate General Khalid. Brother Khalid.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen and dear elders, thank you very much for inviting me for this very august and representative gathering of the people who have special heart for Pakistan. I'm really humbled by your presence here and by your invitation here. I especially thought to join and share some feelings with you, and I want to thank you personally because you live in America, you live in Arizona, but your hearts are for Pakistan and for humanity. So this is really a very exciting, humbling experience for me to join all of you here. Secondly, I really appreciate Pakistan West. I know Sadi Shah Sahib is a very dynamic person, very active, and his lovely wife, Rabi. And I commend the activities of Pakistan West and all those people who are trying to create a visibility for Pakistan in the United States of America. Because you may be doing so many good things, but you need to be visible. As a community, as Pakistani community, as Muslim community, we need to be very visible. And visibility comes through media as well. One of the main source of importance is media. Media creates impression in your mind. And you know that some of the minorities in America, they are very strong. And we always say, oh, they are very strong. Why they are strong? If you analyze, one of the reasons is that they are very powerful and they control the media. The aspect which they do is that they are very active in philanthropy, for charity work. If you go anywhere in America, you'll find so many institutes, so many hospitals, charities. They were established by our Jewish friends 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 30 years ago. And every philanthropic activity which is going on in America, you would find some Jewish organization helping them. So if you give something, for the humanity, it's you return respect, you return confidence, and you return the glory, you get so many things. So it's the promise of God. So if something you are doing for philanthropic activities like Helping Hand, it's also very good. I told you that the two organizations who have joined hands today, I really commend both of them, because one provides us the visibility, Pakistan West, and especially your English section, because you know the English readers and especially our young generation. My kids, they were born in 3 different countries. You know, you might have seen my resume. So I have been a traveler since my very early life, and we try to give them our own national language, Urdu. My wife is very strict, and they can only speak Urdu. They can't read now, they can't write. So the medium of communication is for youngsters, it's English. So if a newspaper is in English, it means that we can communicate with our new generation who Allama Iqbal was, who was Sir Syed, who was Quaid-e-Azam, right? What are the issues? So thank you, Saisha sir, for keeping our community active and communicating with our young people. This is really a commendable effort. And we need to focus for our young generation that we are working for them and trying to introduce about Pakistan. Because we were born in Pakistan, and some of you might have born in Pakistan, but those who were born in USA and born and raised in USA, definitely their affiliation with Pakistan would not be the same as my affiliation or your affiliation would be. So it's good to remain connected with the young generation and to involve the young generation for various activities in Pakistan, philanthropic activities in Pakistan. I personally feel that Helping Hand is one of the best organizations, Muslim organizations, which is providing immediate, fast reaction in Pakistan especially. I have seen them working in Pakistan, joining hands and complementing with the government of Pakistan and the state of Pakistan. Because some of the organizations, they work cross-purpose with the state or the government. Governments come and go. Previously, the Excellency Zadai Sahib was the President of Pakistan, now the President has been changed. Nawaz Sharif Sahib is the Prime Minister of Pakistan. So governments come and go. But you know, as a consulate, we always say that an NGO or a relief organization should join hands with the government, because it's a non-governmental organization. They should complement each other's work. They should not work cross-purpose each other. So I always feel working and doing some complementary work with those organizations who complement the groundwork in Pakistan. Like this time in the flood, we had seen that Helping Hand has done great work and doing great work. I have just spoken 2-3 days ago with the director of National Disaster Management Authority in Pakistan, NDMA. NDMA is the umbrella organization, government highest authority, providing any relief, any effort for all the disasters, emergencies in Pakistan. So I especially discussed and got some details about the recent things, and you might have seen from the slides in the show as well that what's going on in Pakistan for the recent floods. The data which was shown is a bit old, so I will tell you that around 387 people have already died in this flood. You know, around 400 people, maybe more even. So reported confirmed deaths are 387. It means that around 400 people have already died with this, and around 700,000 people have been evacuated. It's a massive flooding in Pakistan, especially in certain districts of Pakistan, because River Jhelum and Tanab, they are inundated with water, and around 2.2 million people were affected. 22 lakh log affected. And the loss, it is estimated that $1.5 billion loss to the economy. So it's a massive loss, massive damage, and the government of Pakistan itself cannot sustain all those losses. They cannot cope with the expectations of our people. It's always the communities, the organizations, and the people who join hands with the government or do their own work to provide some relief to the people. You may have confidence with government, you may not have confidence with the government. So you can give money, you can provide your zakat, kharat, sadaqat, and things like that, to any organization which is really working in Pakistan on the spot, on the ground. So with my own experience and knowledge and my own information, I know that Helping Hand is one of those organizations which are very active, very prompt, because in floods, within days you have to provide relief. Otherwise, after 10 days, 15 days, or maybe after 30 days, definitely a lot of international agencies, they come. But as the footprint of Helping Hand is in Pakistan, they have a good network, they have a good team, and they also coordinate and cooperate with government of Pakistan. So their action is very swift, and they have provided a lot of relief efforts to people. Now the challenge, because the immediate challenge is almost subsiding, now the challenge is that those who were placed in the shelter, those who were affected, around 700,000 people were evacuated from flood. So a huge number, children and women, vulnerable groups, old, elderly people, they are prone to diseases like malaria, dysentery, and the next thing is that in Pakistan the winter is coming very soon. It's almost started. So in winter, so many. If you are not at your home, then so many hardships come. So I urge all of you to consider that donating for these flood affected people and joining hands with them, because if you spend $1, it becomes 102 or 5 rupees in Pakistan. And if I had served in Pakistan in those remote areas, I used to serve in Multan, and I know that a mother would come and would bring 20 rupees in her hand and say, my son is dying, 2 months old baby is dying. Doctor, can you do something? And you see 20 rupees, you can't buy it in a granular or a syringe out of it. Right? But as a doctor, you have to serve, because you have to save. So even 100 rupees, mean $1, means that you may save some life. You may provide ORS or may provide some antibiotic from that. So do consider donating for something today and afterwards, and telling your family members there is a real emergency in Pakistan, and we need to come forward to help our brothers, sisters, and daughters and sons in Pakistan, so that they can be saved, their lives can be saved, and they can work for the betterment of Pakistan. So this is a very brief. If you need any question or if you have any question or anything, I'm ready available, and I can discuss it. Yes, please.
Floods come every year almost. How come government of Pakistan doesn't do anything to prevent from these catastrophes happening? And what is the government of Pakistan is doing to rehabilitate these people who have been suffering and have lost their lives?
That there are certain weaknesses on the part of the government, that they don't cater to the flood. But this time, this was extraordinary flood, because if you see, it started in Kashmir, northern area of Pakistan, and even the Indian, a lot of people are suffering from this flood. It was a huge flood, and it came just like a thunder, very quick. So, and those areas, because I am from the southern Punjab, I know that these areas are usually not affected. Even the Multan city was threatened, because my family was in Multan. I know, I live in the area, my hometown is Gulgash colony. It's a very urban area. But if government would have not broken certain dikes, then even the city would have been inundated. So government tries to do whatever means possible, but these catastrophes happens everywhere. You see Katrina here in America, you see, if you go to the Midwest area or some other areas, you find every year the hurricane comes, the cyclones come, so many issues. Even government having a lot of resources, they also don't provide the same expectations which they are expected. Definitely they have better response, they have better coordination, doing things. So this time with this NDMA, it's a very energetic organization. It's headed by a Major General right now. Previously it was headed by a Lieutenant General. So the Army people, usually they are more disciplined, and they have some capacity to work for the, you can can say, in emergency situation. So it's a NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority in Pakistan. It's run by a major journal, and a lot of efforts you might have seen that Pakistan Army has also joined in. But you know, the issue is of resources as well, because you know, providing food every time, we need some to provide. So everywhere the non-governmental organizations also play their role. So it's very important to know about that. जी जौहर फैमिली भी यहाँ मौजूद है माशाल्लाह। जी मसूद साहब।
So how can we explore this kind of charity work in the whole region? Like you are in Los Angeles, we are in Arizona. Can we do anything to merge some states and join efforts?
Sir, you are very right that we should join hands. I have always spoken to my community members, because we, as a Consulate General of Pakistan, we currently cater to 10 western states of America. For some of the services, we cater to 25 states of America. So I very frequently travel, almost every month, twice I am away from California and traveling. And when I meet there, and I tell my people that once we are settled in America, we should not continue with the same feelings that I am Punjabi, you are Sindhi, I am Shia, you are Sunni, and you speak Balochi, I don't speak this language, that language. But you know, as we bring certain good and bad habits, so we continue to think in those terms. If you go around as a diplomat, it was my passion, so I used to travel, and I traveled world over. I have seen the developed nations. They always follow one principle, ta'awunu alal birri wa taqwa. If Quran says that you have to support each other in good deeds, good things. So you may be having different color, you may be having difference of political opinion, so many things, but they cooperate for one common cause. So this sort of feeling should be there among us as well. We may have different organizations here. I'm just after 2-3 minutes when I reach here, I will be going to another function where big community gatherings going on, so many people are coming, but I made sure, I told them that my principle and Consul General's principle is all inclusiveness. You may be a small organization, you may be a big organization, but as a consulate, we want to include everybody. We would be there everywhere, and we would support all organizations who are really working for Pakistan. It may be Helping Hands, Pakistan West, or any organization. So we are trying to bridge that gulf which is there in the community. But alhamdulillah, I'm very hopeful with young generation, with IT, use of IT, people just opening up and seeing what's going on. So today's event also would go a long way to tell our community in Arizona area that Helping Hand and other organizations are also doing very good job. Dr.
Yes, sir.
You are my college fellow.
Yes, I'm so proud of it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please take
Thank
it
you very much
together.
for being here.
Thank you.
So whatever you tell us, whatever we can, inshallah, we will try to put our 25 cents, 10 cents in there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. जी आपके सवाल if you want. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
One other thing I do want to say is, yes, sometimes we sit here and we say, okay, well, what's the government of Pakistan doing? They should be doing something. Yes, I totally agree. They should be doing something. But the condition that is going on right now with the politics and everything, if they don't do it, I think humanly it becomes our duty to fill the gap if we're able to. We're sitting in a country that provides us the resources. It's given us opportunities so that we're able to help people who are suffering. So, there was a saying I read somewhere that, there was a king who wanted to see how many of his villagers were loyal to his kingdom. And so he put a challenge out there. He said, okay, you see this big hole in the ground. I want everybody to take a cup of milk and pour it in here. So in the morning, I'm going to have this pool filled of milk. And, some of the villagers, they came at night and they said, everybody's going to put milk. Why do I have to put milk? I'll just put water. What difference is going to make? Nobody's going to notice. but in the morning, it was filled with water. So if we don't change our thinking and we expect or wait for others to do something about it, the situation is not going to change. And I'll be the first to say, I want to be part of the change. You know, I want to know that I made a difference, even if it's not a big difference, a small difference. Anything we can do. If I could give up my cup of coffee that I have every day, Starbucks coffee for a month, or stop eating out, you know, it's whatever. If anything is better than nothing. So one of the saying in the Quran, it says, they feed with food despite their own desire for it. And the orphan and the captive saying, we feed you purely for the sake of God and desire no reward from you. So if you guys do decide to help, and I hope you guys do it not other than just to please God. Okay? With that, I know we're going to be served a delicious dinner soon. So now a little funny side. In Pakistan right now, I was watching the politics. You know, there's so much going on with all these different political organizations, and everybody's so intense. Even my husband, he'll sit there, it's like he wants to know what's going to happen next. You know, it's just like waiting. 2 minutes go by, and they say, "Oh, a word from our sponsor," right? And you see a telephone commercial come on, and I'm like, okay, these people are the ones who are minting money. So luckily for this event, we do have a sponsor who's supporting this organization, and they do a lot within the community. They host different events. I'd like to have them come up for a minute. They're holding an event. You have a flyer on your table. Please do take a look at that. It's going to be a fun and entertaining event down the line. And I would like to invite Prabodhji to come and talk about their event for a couple of minutes.
My name is Prabjot Gill, and some of you might have heard me sing at email or other events in the Phoenix area. First of all, thank you so much for letting us have the opportunity to come over here and be a part of this good cause. As the disaster can happen anywhere, it doesn't look at boundaries. It does. सीमा नहीं देखता है कि अच्छा ये खत्म हो गया. It can happen anywhere. So thank you so much, sir, for letting us be a part of it, of this effort. And yeah, we're having an event on the 8th of November. It's going to be held at the Holiday Inn on 24th and Cactus. You have the flyers right there. It's going to be an audiovisual extravaganza. We're going to be dishing out music from the 50s to 80s, the golden era. The music अच्छा होता था, not like these days. So it's going to be a fun-filled family evening. So I hope to see you all over there. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
And the next form you have on your table is the pledge. Please do take a look at that, and whatever you're able to give to this noble cause is going to help everybody that needs it back home. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Gul, and then she's going to talk about the dinner.
Okay, well, dinner is nearly served, so I know the council had to leave early, so I'm putting pressure on them. So I think if we open the doors, they'll move faster. But it is ready. I know all of us are hungry, but thank you all.